What the heck? I don't know what happened. I'm just
starting off with technical difficulties.
Starting off strong here on Dames and Dorks. Forgot to send the links to the guests and the co-hosts. Forgot that we were going to be streaming. Forgot that Trump was speaking tonight. Can't even start the show right. I like it. It's my favorite kind of streaming.
Okay, Tabitha, she's our guest. Do you want to do the cold open?
I think she just did.
To Dames and Dorks.
That needs to be our intro.
That is our entire intro from now on.
That's our intro. Just clip it and play it after the countdown.
Smu, can you clip that for us, please?
Yes. Thank you.
I will.
You
Best
just
believe.
saved us some money.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So welcome to Dames and Dorks, everyone. We're so happy that you're here. Obviously, we're off to a great start with the laughs, the giggles, the chats, the good hangs. We're expecting our amazing future president to speak later on. So just a heads up, once he is on the stage going to speak, we are going to take an intermission. I will have a be right back sign, and we are going to be muted. We'll be watching someone else, or we're just watching Trump speak. And when he is done, we'll come back and talk about what we're talking about today. But thank you, everybody who is here, still watching out with us. Dr. Rachel's joining us tonight. Lily's here, Smu, and our lovely guest, Dreaming Tabitha. How are you today, honey?
I am okay. I'm sorry, that took me aback. I'm good, sweetheart.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Every time you do that, it's like, oh.
Oh, okay. They're like, oh, love.
Doesn't it?
Right,
Hi, honey. How's it going?
Yeah, really good. No, I'm good. I'm excited to be here because I almost wasn't here because Nomi forgot to send the link. But that's okay.
But it's okay. Okay. So, chat, hear me out on this. Panel, hear me out. Tabitha's like, hey, let's play a quick game of Fortnite. In my mind, like, hey, that actually sounds good. Before the show, let's do it. So we were talking on the Discord. She's like, you ready to go live? And I'm like, yeah, in an hour when Dames and Dorks is going to start. She's like, no, we're going to go live right now playing games. Like,
Go live.
Well, because the way I worded it was like, hey, you up for some Fortnite before the show? What if we break about a half an hour till? So that way we can refresh. And I guess I just, in my mind, I thought
it made sense. In my mind, it made sense. Like, oh yeah, a little R&R before we go live. That sounds nice to me.
Well, it's been weeks since we streamed, so I thought, yeah, let's get back into it. And she was like, my hair's in a towel. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, I just got out of the shower. She's like, so you still want to go live? I'm like, yeah, let's go live.
Please, let's go live.
Oh, and then not only that, this girl, Dreaming Tabitha over here, you guys are hearing my little tiff that I have with Tabitha right now. About 20 minutes ago, she's like, let's play another round of Fortnite. He's like, we got 17 minutes until we have to go live.
I don't believe I said that.
No, you didn't, but you're like, oh, 8:30, we're going live.
I thought we were going live at 8:30, but I was like, I think
no,
that I saw what the time was, and I was like, how about falsehoods? I believe I'm the one that said, hey, I think we have one more time for one more round before we have to go.
I said that.
I don't believe that.
Smu, you weren't there watching us. You know what? We're not going to air out our little. We don't even have. We're not gonna,
okay.
Too late for that.
I feel like Sevvy needs to be here.
Where's Sevvy is the one that repeats things that people have said, literally spoke to her, and then 3 minutes later will be like, "Hey guys," and repeat the exact same thing. She's done it to me. She's done it to Sevvy. Like, I'm not the only person that she does.
Oh, yes.
So welcome to Dames and Dorks.
Oh my gosh, guys. As you can see, we love Tabitha hanging out with us. Just like, she makes the stream and the show fun. It's been a heck of a week, and it really has been a heck of a week. Just craziness happening on a Sunday. Everyone almost losing their minds. People getting canceled. Media is getting crazy. The acolyte is finally done. We can finally breathe.
Thank God.
But one thing that I can and always rely on, and it's always going to be a refresher, is our chat. We got Retro Collective here. It's always great to see you here, Retro. Tracy Reeves, nice to see you. Our lovely mod tonight. He's here hanging out with us today. And then we got Phil TMNT. Nice to see you, Phil. I'm happy to see you. Good to see you hanging around with us. And then Horny Elf, nice to see you, my good friend. America's Smu's like a regular now.
He's an honorary lady.
Pretty much.
He's an honorary dork.
Yeah, we decided we need a permanent dork on the.
Need some testosterone up in here.
Yes, we do.
Too many ladies. Too many dames.
Yes. And not enough dorks.
Not enough dorks.
Oh my gosh. But yes, no, we got kind of like a heavy, I wouldn't say like heavy, but we got a good amount of topics to talk about today. And then we're going to go nose dive into this, and it's about the Acolyte. It's finally over, guys. Lily, I know that you are the popular one with the Star Wars, and Tabitha too. I can't weigh in
because Rebel 1 was my favorite movie.
I knew you were going to.
Rebel 1, right?
Rebel 1 is my favorite movie, guys. But we got real Star Wars experts here, and we will let you take it off away from here.
So I pretty much picked this article because you can kind of go through the entire thing, and it hits every single thing that I'm sure we're going to want to talk about. And this article is from Forbes, but it's from Eric Kane. Don't worry, it's not from Paul Tossi. If it was from Paul Tossi, it would be about how the Acolyte is the best thing we've ever seen.
Standing and brave.
Yes. So yeah, no, this is Eric Kane. So we're gonna talk about a couple of things that happened last night. I'm pretty sure, Tabitha, you saw it, right?
I did. I watched it whilst listening to. I had a watch party with Comics and Cosmetics. Like I was watching her and I was watching this, and there was a little bit of like a gap in between time, and so she was a little bit ahead of me while I was watching it, and I'm like, but I did. So I already knew things that were coming before I saw them, and that was interesting.
It's oh my gosh. What did you think about it? Just like off the top.
Confusing. Just like honestly confusing. Like it was so beautiful to look at cinematically, right? They like really, to me, in my opinion, like kind of up their game in a lot of ways with some of the quality. But the thing is, like, it's always in bursts. Like it's not the entire show. It's not the entire episode. Like the fight scene at the end, I thought was really intense and great in moments. Because we had our little crouching tiger, hidden dragon moment. That was weird. Almost like they filmed it backwards. And then they just decided to air it in reverse. That was weird. But like, there were some moments about it that, like, again, they were visually stunning. It was definitely a little more out of the box of Star Wars-ness when it comes to fight scenes. But I was kind of okay with that until, it's just like little snippets of things that were cool. And then things that were just weird or did not make sense. I was just very confused. And then it was like all of a sudden there was like this love connection between, Ezra Wish and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm confused. I like the music. That has been my opinion about the Acolyte since the first episode. I like the music. That's about it. So.
Tabitha is way too nice to this TV show.
Well, I'm not saying that I like the little ditty that they play at the end of the episode. Yeah. I'm saying like the music in the show. Like I think it's nice.
So at least you're picking out things that yes, I can see, because a lot of the visuals, like especially when they were going through that like field of like crystal asteroids or whatever that was. That looked pretty cool. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. That must be where all the budget went to.
Yes. But then they cut to the lightsaber fight, and it looks like they're literally fighting in a junkyard. So, like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I really do have to cherry pick what my favorite moments or what I appreciated the most out of this show. Overall, like many people, I will say that it was not well written because a lot of it was confusing. I'm not sure, perhaps if you are not familiar with the lore, perhaps it's okay. Maybe, I don't know. But I just like, I'm confused. Now, Nomi was gracious in saying we have Star Wars. She didn't say professionals. What did you say? Star Wars. Whatever we were. But,
Acolytes?
yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
But like I don't know as much as
Spoiler
a
alert.
lot of people, but I do know enough where I'm watching this show and it's like this. Well, wait a minute, doesn't this contradict this? And this doesn't make sense here. I think one of the main problems with newer Star Wars things, ever since like even like Book of Boba Fett and all this kind of stuff, even with the cartoons that came out, one of the problems I think is with newer Star Wars stuff beyond George Lucas era and the cartoons and stuff like that, is that in order to understand a lot of what is happening, you have to know everything about the comic books, the video games, everything that has been placed under the umbrella of this new canon era. Because, like, for example, with the lightsaber changing color, now I thought that was weird and stupid. Okay, like it didn't like I don't think that doesn't make any sense to me. But then doing some research, reading some comments on Twitter, and then, like I said, doing some more research and finding these comic book pages that apparently Darth Vader did this at one point, called it bleeding into the kyber crystals. Because playing Knights of the Old Republic, I remember it was like it had to be a specific kind of kyber crystal, or it was like a synthetic version of a kyber crystal that was red. But apparently in one of the comic books, Vader bled into his crystal and changed the color. So they're saying, okay, it's not new. It's been around for a couple of years. So this is where you have this battle between the different variety of Star Wars fans, where it's like somebody like me, who I don't read all the comic books and all this kind of stuff. I don't play all the video games. I haven't even seen the Clone Wars TV show and whatnot. How am I supposed to know? I base everything off of the originals and the prequels. And so I think that's where a lot of the problems come from the newer Star Wars stuff, is that most people, I would say, are basing it off of George Lucas era. But if you don't know all this other stuff, now the other thing is too, is what I saw from the comic book with Darth Vader is that it was way more intense than this lady. I don't even know which one was Osha, May. I don't know. They all look alike, but because they're not twins, apparently. That she just kind of had a bad mood and confused, and it turned her lightsaber a different color. I'm like, there's a big difference between this little know-nothing who can't decide what her future is and who her alliances are, and Darth Vader. There's a huge difference. So I think this is where the problem is with this Disney Star Wars stuff, is that they're trying to make you watch, read, and play everything in order to be in the know. And I remember my brother saying the same thing with Marvel, because when shows like WandaVision and whatnot came out, I'm like, I don't understand. Why is it like this? And why is it like that? And he's like, well, they want you to watch the shows so you understand the movies. It's not like standalone stuff anymore. And that's how they get you, because it's all a cash grab.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. And then speaking of that scene, that was one of the scenes that I had a big issue about too, because of what you just described, what happened in the comic book. It wasn't that easy. He had to go to a certain place, and what you do is that you're trying to put basically all of your negative emotions into this crystal. What you have to understand is that the crystals are alive, they're living. So you have to put all of these negative emotions into it so that you can bleed it and change it into this red color that you see all of the Sith have. And at one point, if you see the panels in the comic book, you can see that the crystal's actually fighting Vader. Like, it's not letting him just like, oh, okay, cool, like turn me red. No, like the crystal's actually fighting him, and they made it look so easy in this show. And that's just what it does. It takes all of these like really cool things that have been written into the lore, and then it just cheapens everything. It just makes it so easy. Like, I guess the crystal was kind of broken, and it was kind of poking through the lightsaber. So
because she just casually tossed it on a rock, because lightsabers are just not that strong. You know, like when Anakin's fell out of his pocket every 3 seconds and hit every substance on Earth, you know. But she just threw it on a rock, and it was like, oh.
Yeah. So her just touching it and just being what I guess they consider angry, because I didn't see any anger in her face. she just turned it red, and then all of a sudden when she turned it on, like the blade just goes from blue to red, which okay, visually if you're looking at it, that does look cool, I will admit that, but that's not how it works.
Like if it would have been a strong struggle, number one, if we would have fallen in love with this character and her arc, that would have made a big difference. And then if you would have seen like this internal struggle where she doesn't know, because I think it's because also they make these shows so stupidly short. If this would have been like, if that would have happened like in the olden days, if we would have had 2 seasons of this with 22 to 24 episodes and we got to know Osha and May better, and then at the end of season 2, the cliffhanger would have been she started turning her lightsaber red. What a cliffhanger that would have been. It would have been flabbergasting. Like we would have been on the struggle bus with her. But they make these things so short that we don't have time to fall in love with most of these characters, except for Cara Dune, but you know. But she was a side character. So.
Yeah, no, it's just, everything was just terrible about it. And like you said, I really feel bad for the people who are gonna basically marathon this and watch how many times each twin flip-flopped from being good or bad or whatever.
I got so confused.
Like really at the end, people didn't even know who was who.
I didn't. I'll be honest with you. I didn't. Because I kind of I didn't really see a lot of the penultimate episode, which was my bad, but I saw enough of it. And so when I got to this last episode, I'm like, wait a minute. They switched places that one time. Did they switch places again? I don't remember who's who.
Oh yeah, and then I love how
I think they make it deliberately confusing, to be honest with you, just so you can't keep up with it.
No,
because they both had a personality change.
And then I love how they color coded them for us though. They put Osha in all black, and then they put May in all white. So, like you knew what was coming. Sevvy.
Hi, Sevvy.
She survived the clown.
Hey, Sevvy.
Oh my god, that was like I'm like still traumatized by it. Like I think like somewhere in the middle of the stream, I was like, I give up. I'm just gonna chat with folks.
I went to bed and had to remind myself it was just a game and you weren't playing it, Tabitha. It's okay, go to sleep.
It's a horrible, scary game.
Yeah.
Like every time, like when I started getting ready to stream it, I was scared. Like my hands started to sweat, and I felt a knot in my stomach.
I jumped when he found you. I was like, and I had you on a screen was like this big.
It's so terrifying. It's a game called at Dead of Night, where
that game.
Where you and your friends supposedly are gonna meet up at this hotel, and then the receptionist, caretaker / owner / killer clown, is demented. So he has like this other personality, which is the killer clown, where he gets really mad that how dare you guys not want to see his show, and then he takes all of your friends and then he hunts you all throughout the hotel.
That just sounds like a regular day in 2024.
It does. It does.
Why do you not see my show? I'm mad at you.
Saturday night in this country now.
Yeah.
It's just a regular Saturday, man. Don't mind me.
Man, I don't. Oh, there you go. And I have a kitty over here. Say hello.
Hi, cat.
Hi. This is Play-Doh.
Oh.
Kitty cat.
Oh, he's mad.
Looks like a tiger.
Oh, he's like, nope.
Did you say your cat's name is Play-Doh?
Yeah, his name is Play-Doh.
Like Play-Doh or Play-Doh?
No, like Play-Doh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like the toy.
Yeah, I saw Nomi get excited. She's like,
yeah. And his brother, his name is Achilles, and then the cat I had before them, his name was Cicero.
Nice.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
I like it.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the Acolyte finale. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it or.
I avoided the entire series for reasons.
I did too.
Good reasons.
I did too.
Yeah. You guys did good because there was a lot in here. Oh my gosh.
There was
I lost a few brain cells. I lost a few brain cells watching that show.
Mhm.
It's because it was just ridiculous. Every single thing that happened was just so dumb. Like, yeah, they really did make the Jedi look really bad in this TV show.
Yeah.
I
These
can't
were the most
believe-
incompetent Jedi in the entire galaxy.
And I don't
I hate to be that
understand
guy.
what happened with Master Soul, that he just let
Yeah.
Osha kill him. That was such a weird
It was dumb.
Weird.
to
It
watch.
was dumb.
It wasn't just dumb, it was also like super dark, because you could, like, did he let himself? That's what I'm reading
see,
other people say.
Maybe you can clarify this for me, Lily, because I got really confused as well. So Soul let her kill him because he supposedly killed all of those other Jedi, but the green woman lied about it. Meanwhile, Torben killed himself because of things that may or may not have happened. I'm like super confused at the plot of who
Yeah.
did it, because I was left wondering, did Soul, was he just covering up for people and he just admitted it because he was just covering
That
up for
was-
people, or was the green-haired woman covering up for people because when she saw Master Yoda, she's like, I got to talk to you about something. So does that mean that also Yoda later on in episode 1 had to cover up for people along with Kiadamundi? Like, did Yoda know that Kiadamundi knew? I feel like this was high school Star Wars. He said, she said. I
Yeah.
don't
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, no, it was really
very
weird. No, yeah,
confusing.
that's basically what happened. What's her name? The green lady.
Vanessa.
We just call her Master Nepo.
Oh my gosh.
Master Nepo. How great that she survived, right? She was the only one that survived. I don't think it's any reason
Stunning and brave.
to do with how she's Leslie Headland's wife. But anyway.
Totally letting you buy a show there, Mistress Headlamp.
And then
Yeah.
she basically pinned everything on Soul, though.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't believe it that she's like talking to the council or the senators or whatever. She's like, yes, it was all Master Soul. He was a dear friend of mine.
It was the blame game.
So you think Yoda would have known that she
Yes,
was lying?
That's
Right.
that's why we're saying, like, why did they make all the Jedi look really stupid? Like, don't you think Yoda would have been the first one to be like, wait a second, I sense something really
Something's
off.
wrong.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, because like also, if you think about it, this was something I had an issue with early on in the show, is that so going to the prequels, they sent 2 Jedi, a master and a Padawan, to make deals with the Trade Federation, right? And then later on, when the Phantom Menace shows up here, or Darth Maul shows up, the Council send yet again a master and a Padawan to go investigate this one guy they suspect is a Sith. Okay, they sent an entire fleet of Jedi to take care of one person and couldn't do it.
Nope.
What?
Yeah. That is
Sheer
weird.
incompetence. That's sheer
But
incompetence.
not just once. Twice they sent out a group of Jedi to take care of one problem.
Mhm.
yeah, did you see how many Jedi they sent at the end to look for Mayo? And this
She
guy, I
even
was like,
said,
really?
gather as many as you possibly can. And I'm thinking, for one person?
hmm
And how
Yep,
many of
for
them
one
were
person.
masters? Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, it was a master and a Padawan at that time. Took care of one Sith.
Because they're trying to tell us, Tabitha, that this Sith is much better than any other
It's
Sith
better, rah, rah, rah.
before him. That's what they're
It's
trying to
better, rah, rah,
Oh
rah.
my gosh.
With all of
Interesting. But I like Yoda felt when Anakin killed people because
Yeah.
of his hatred. Why wouldn't
Yep.
Yoda feel this?
Well, They're supposed to
Because he
feel
wasn't
it.
trained
because-
enough.
They're supposed to feel it because they're so attuned to the Force that a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of human life that goes back into the Force, you feel that. That's why Obi-Wan felt it when they blew up Alderaan.
Right.
So I don't understand how Yoda wasn't aware of this and got involved, because he's supposed to be
Way
one of
before all the
powerful,
other
like,
episodes.
masters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, this makes no sense. It's because these people don't know anything. They claim that
If-
like, oh yeah, no, we're Star Wars fans, but like, okay.
If they were manipulating the Force to have babies, I feel like Yoda should have known that too.
Oh yeah, because I'm pretty sure
Oh,
that
yeah.
takes up a big old amount of power. For
Well, the
something.
fun thing
So-
is too, Sevvy, is that the main character isn't two people. It's one person with two consciousness. And how do you say this word? English is my
So,
first language.
they
Consciousnesses?
have like multiple personalities type of thing.
It didn't really make sense, and I guess that was kind of part of the cliffhanger of the show, was to explain, but that was Soul's opinion. It wasn't even fact. That was Soul's opinion on the matter. He suspected that they had somehow been able to create two people. That was one person split into two consciences. I didn't understand that either. That doesn't make any sense. My suspicion was that maybe she was a clone, because he went up to her and he's like, "You're not really a twin, and she's not really your sister." It's like, okay, but they're not spirits. So what are we talking about? They're two humans-ish, whatever they are. And that was really confusing. So like there are a lot, in my opinion, there are a lot of elements to this show that could have gone well if they would have picked a direction, because at the end of it all, basically with Venestra, the green lady, this entire show was basically her covering the butt of the Jedi and covering her own butt. How can I make this better? If this would have been like a corporate movie, as far as, you know, in a business setting, that's essentially what this show would have been like. We have a problem in the warehouse, and it's messing up our marketing team. It's messing up our wholesales. How can we fix this problem that keeps evolving? And she keeps sending people to go fix the problem. They can't, because they keep dying or they are killing themselves. And at the end of it, she literally has to go to the big boss and say, "I have a confession." That's really what this show is.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
If you really take it down to the whole thing, because every time she shows up, it's her trying to clean up a problem that
And then
the underlings have created, and she's like, "Oh crap, now I have to do this, and now I've got to contact this friend," you know, and it's like, it's not working. And
but it doesn't make sense at all, though, because that first time that Soul sends her the transmission that there's something going on, there's several Jedi that are dead. Don't you think at that point you need to let whoever's above you know that there's a bigger issue? Because like you said, when there's something happening in a company and the supervisor can't handle it, and they already tried to handle it once, don't you think you should escalate it to whoever's in charge after that?
But don't
Normally you
forget,
would.
this is the same woman, the same character, the same woman as a Jedi Master who whips out her lightsaber to kill an innocent creature for the sake of an illustration. Jedi don't do that.
Yeah,
they value life. All life is sacred because it binds us.
It does show you, though, that the people who write Star Wars don't know how Star Wars works, and they have no clue what the prior law is.
Now, if this would have been a show like with Soul, where if he did all these bad things, and it was basically a struggle of there's so many directions that this show could have gone. It's like, it could have been the struggle of one Jedi who did something bad, who wants to stay on the light side and did it for the benefit of the light side. Nevertheless, it was dark side actions, and we could follow his struggle with that. But we didn't, because there were other things. If it was about May and Osha and this weird thing with twins, not twins, clones, not clones, threads, not threads, whatever we want to do. Like if they wanted to follow the more mysterical, it's not a word I know, but it's so cool. A guy in church used it, so I'm going to say it's real. This like mysterious element, you know, magic, witchcraft kind of thing. If they wanted to follow that route, then let's explore other ways of the Force in the galaxy at that time. Like, then let's follow that. But this was like a mismatch of Anakin's journey, the Mandalorian with the clones, the Clone Wars, like this didn't seem, and then also we can't forget the Matrix, involved as well. So, and then it was like they wanted to pass it off as this murder mystery, but they already kind of told us in the beginning. I guess that was the murder mystery. Like they told us in the beginning who was killing everybody, but then at the end you find out it was Soul.
Yeah. They just kind of pinned everything on him. It's because they were counting on the fact that in the final episode they would give us the 2 cameos that everyone would go crazy for, except that everyone's mad because we don't want these characters to show up in their shows because we just know they're just gonna make them terrible.
But it didn't even fit the plot of whatever the plot was
like
of
what
the
happened
show.
Okay, so if you guys haven't seen it, obviously we're talking spoilers. So Darth Plagueis, I don't know how anyone's missed this already. So Darth Plagueis actually shows up in this TV show, and now he's like super creepy, and he's just a creeper. We have no idea. We got no context of what he's doing there. He's literally just like in a cave, and then he just like peeps out to the side watching.
He's Gollum.
Mirror. Yes, like it was so weird. It made no sense. Listen, I will give it to them. Okay, he looks cool. I've always wanted a live action Darth Plagueis, but not here, not in these TV shows. I don't want it right now while they're under Disney.
Bastardizing Disney. Bastardizing it.
And then, of course, towards the end, because as usual, they thought they would have their Luke Skywalker moment. So they had Yoda at the end, and you just kind of see his the back of his head, and you just see his ears. And of course, everyone's supposed to go, "Oh my gosh, it was Yoda!" Yeah,
such a triumph.
Yoda, but like, no,
it didn't make sense.
Stupid, yes. And again, if you go by what they decanonized in Legends, Darth Plagueis is supposed to be a child right now, so that makes no sense.
I saw that with Star Wars Theory, where he's like, at this time frame, he's probably like, what, maybe 14, 16, something like this. So,
I mean, if he's 14, it tracks that he's watching people on the side of a cave.
But it's like
he's all, what's going on over here?
Maybe that's just where he's been sleeping and he's like waking up. You know, it's kind of like hibernation. He's just stretching, he's yawning. Like, who are these freaking weirdo? Oh, crap! Lovers on the beach.
Back to hibernation I go.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So no, I don't want to see any of these characters. I don't want to see them bring in any of George Lucas's characters.
Nope.
Keep them out. I think like their TV shows already suck. They're terrible. I think people would complain about it less if they tried with their own characters and stop bringing in people and saying that, "Ooh, you guys, we have a special, someone special is going to show up for you guys." But of course they know no one's going to watch it if you don't the member berries and the key jangling and all of that stuff. So of course they have to do that. What happened? Yeah, because what happened with Ki-Adi-Mundi when he showed up, everybody was like, "Is that freaking Ki-Adi-Mundi?"
Did you see Star Wars Theory's skit about that? Hilarious. He'd be like, I don't know him. I don't know. What do you mean? I don't know. Stop looking at me. I don't know who this guy is. I'm gonna go out for some Jamba Juice. You want anything?
Oh yeah. Jamba Juice.
Oh my god.
It's like,
it's because that's what it makes it sound like. Because when Palpatine is telling the story to Anakin, he makes it sound so like, whoa, what happened? What is he talking about? What is the story? And now that we kind of know what happened, we're like, what?
Yeah, so that means that you have two members of the Jedi, like the High Council, who knew.
Yep.
And so when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan show up and being like, "Masters, we had this freak of nature," and they don't even really seem to know what he is, right? Because it's so far gone, this idea of the Sith, right? That's just something we tell our kids at night, And they're just kind of like, huh. And they're probably going to have this business meeting after there, and Mundi and Yoda, and be like, "What do we say?" And be like, "Leave it to me." We'll throw them off. And then the whole thing again, where it's like they're not supposed to train children beyond a certain age. If what happened with May and Osha, with all that stuff happened, I would think there'd be no way they would ever let Anakin. I know that they had denied Anakin, but then when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan persisted, they were like, fine. I think if they'd had that history before, there would have been absolutely no way that they would ever consider allowing Anakin to be trained, given all the craziness that happened in the past.
Exactly, you would figure. It would be like, hold on, there's something in the Jedi archives.
Do you think that they're going to use the whole Men in Black brainwashing thing on Yoda and Mundi, and that's why when we get to the council, because they used it on the twin or whatever she is,
they'll just make them conveniently forget about it.
They'd just be like, oh, they're going to get captured.
Honestly,
there must have been something in my drink that night. I totally forgot about the events of the past.
Oh my God, Smu. I'm like, Smu's gonna be our outro as Yoda.
It just
smash that like button, you must.
Oh, thanks.
Oh my gosh. Well, I am like on torn right now because I hope they don't make a season 2 out of this. But at the same time, like it's doing really well for me on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. It's doing really well for the commentators on YouTube and whatnot, right?
I'm like drunk 3PO. I'm like, make 20 seasons, you guys. Make a whole bunch of them. But
to be fair, we still got Skeleton Crew coming up, so
I
heard about that. What is that?
It's supposed to be like more towards kids, I guess. It's supposed to be about like these 4 kids that find something happening and they're investigating. I don't know.
Originally, the director of the original Spider-Man trilogy from the MCU was supposed to be involved in it, but he jumped ship. So they changed the directors like 3 or 4 times already. So we just have to wait and see, I guess.
I think
it seems more promising.
I think that the Acolyte could have been something because they were trying to go this High Republic route, and so like Lily was saying, these are new characters that we're not all familiar with. There's no member berries, if you will, until they started to introduce that. If they would have had maybe a clear, I think they would have had a clearer track route to take if these episodes would be longer, or excuse me, if these seasons would be longer, they could figure out what direction. But because, and I don't know like Leslie Headland and all the creators, I don't know how much they're in charge of dictating how long seasons are anymore, because this seems to be the norm for like all of Disney Plus. So I don't know if that was out of their hands. And I would tell you what, for like, 6 or 8 episodes to try to create this brand, in a way, this brand new world, these brand new people with all these different ideas. That's a lot to ask writers to try to jam into one season. And I don't really know how the business end works with all of that about, because, a lot of times you're not really allowed to make an additional season unless the first season, typically, unless it's Seinfeld, unless the first season does well, because obviously it's always about money and all this kind of stuff. So I don't know what kind of a crunch they may or may not have been, where they're like, we have this cool idea, we have one shot at it, and they just decided to jam. It doesn't help that they had all the diversity people on the team. We all know that they try to cram all that stuff in there too. So there's not enough room for everything in these shows. And I think because they're trying to do so much, this is one reason why these shows are falling apart, besides like just a lack of creativity. There was, I will say, for me, there was creativity in the show. The problem is that all the creativity had loose ends because they didn't know which thread, no pun intended, to follow. And so this is one reason why it's so bad. And then, of course, not respecting the lore of Star Wars doesn't help. So it's okay to take creative liberties from time to time, because sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It's just how it is. And you do, in the entertainment industry, have to take risks. The problem is that Disney Star Wars is not understanding that the risks that they're taking are not working. So maybe back away from some of your risks, only put one risk out there. But they've got so much crammed into one season of only 8 episodes long, that there's not enough time. There's not enough space. I think you could have the best writers on the planet in that room and take what information they wanted to put into this show, and nobody could do a good job, in my honest opinion, because it's too dang short. 24 minutes for 8 episodes in one season?
Get out of here. Speaking
There's
of
no
getting
way you
out of
can
here.
actually-
Sorry. Sorry, Smu, I didn't mean to interrupt because I'm
Fine.
actually trying to do an outro for Sevvy because our lovely girl here needs to mosey out for another stream.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
busy.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I hope you guys have fun and enjoy Dames and Dorks. And I will talk to all of you later. You can generally find me at Geeks and Gamers Tabletop or over at Moonskull. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Sevvy.
Bye,
Thanks for hanging
Sevvy.
out. Yes. So sorry, because I know she has to
That's
go
all
and be respectful of her time, but
Yes.
yes. But another thing that needs to be respectful is because someone that we love so much said a few things, and it's just kind of silly to see someone can say something about someone's life and take it as a joke, but when our beloved Gina says something, she gets the axe of it.
Mm-hmm.
She gets the short end of the stick on this one.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
everybody's already aware of what took place this past weekend.
There's
And
a
of
lot
course-
that happened this past weekend, to be fair.
Yes.
Yeah, let's be real.
Well, we're talking about the assassination attempt, one we all know
Mhm.
on Donald Trump. We're all super happy that nothing happened to him and that we didn't have to witness anything terrible on live TV.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, praise be.
That's the
But
truth.
yes, our hearts go out for everybody else who actually was affected by this.
Mhm.
The firefighter Corey Comparator, I believe is his name.
Mm-hmm.
So our hearts go out to his family and everyone else who was a victim of this because that was terrible. And of course, as Nomi was saying, people just couldn't help themselves. This is a human life. It doesn't matter how you feel or how you vote politically.
Yeah.
This is a human life that you're talking about.
Yep.
These
Yep.
people couldn't wait at least a week to start with their hate all over again.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this makes me super sad because I love Jack Black.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
I love him in Nacho Libre. That's my favorite movie of all time. But now, I can't see it the same way because, okay, we know you have a side. We know you're not a huge fan of Tim. I'm just trying not to get, this.
Who's Tim?
I'm gonna
Tim?
just call Trump Daddy. I know you're
Oh.
not a fan of Trump Daddy. There we go.
Well, she said, I know you're not a huge fan
She
of
said the
Tim.
thing.
Yeah,
I'm like-
I said the word. I said the no word. But no, but that's the thing.
cares?
We know, you don't. We know you don't like him. We know, you have a strong whatever alliance with this political party. But
Yeah.
I like you. You're a good actor. You're funny. You bring the comedic relief. But you went as far as to say something about regarding his life, and that's where it draws the line. Where I'm not going to see the movies the same because you lost that from me. You lost that respect.
Well, technically, it was his bandmate that made
Right.
the statement.
Yep. It was
So
Kyle that made the statement.
it was
and-
Kyle
Yeah.
that made the statement,
Yep.
but you have to consider this. You don't know how genuine his own apology was. That's the thing, because people question
Yep.
that apology that he made on Instagram, and people are saying yeah, he's just saying that just to save his ass, essentially.
I mean,
Yeah, I didn't hear an apology in there. He was just stating facts.
right.
He knows that his career and everything else is on the line, so he has to apologize. But I'm glad that Gina called him out on it because look at what happened to her. And she lost her job. She lost a lot of things. And they basically smeared her name all over the place. Jack Black's bandmate says something. Jack Black laughs, doesn't really say anything, or hey man, maybe we should, not right now. Doesn't really say anything, and he still has a career. I haven't heard anyone saying that he lost his anyone that's working with him, that his agency didn't drop him or anything like that. So
Yep.
That's
Yeah, I
the
know
thing.
they did. Like you said, I don't believe it was very genuine because, if it was, I feel like something should have been said either on stage just to be oh, hey, let's move away from that, because it all happened on stage while Tenacious D was on tour, or immediately after the show ended. But no, he waited until, I don't know what, like a day or 2 days had passed, something like that.
A day.
And that was
day.
when fans were calling him out. People were canceling tickets. And I think Australia was like trying to have them deported.
The Prime Minister.
That's when he made that.
great.
Yeah. So then that's when he makes the statement. And then a little while later, Kyle, who actually said the thing, made a statement. So I don't think it was a very, genuine apology. I don't think he really feels badly. But at the same time, I do respect the message he did, to a degree, of course. I do respect a little bit the message he did put out on Instagram, like saying the tour is canceled. The plans for our entire group are up in the air right now. I apologize. I don't want to condone violence. So I do respect, I feel like he went pretty hard on his message on Instagram rather than saying, oh, this was a mistake, we're sorry. It was, no, we're canceling the tour. We're canceling everything. We're so sorry. I feel like that was a lot more to appease fans than it was to appease Hollywood. Just in terms of the way Jack Black worded that message, I think it was a lot more, we're sorry to the fans. Please don't, totally kill us. But I do respect him that way. I think the message he did put out could have been worded a lot more unapologetically, if I can phrase it that way. So I do respect that he did put out a message and went as hard as he did. But I also feel it isn't, completely genuine. But like I said, I think if it was genuine, he would have said something on stage or immediately after the show.
To be fair, their last album before that I have in memory is from 2020, and that was an album which pictured the horror scenario of Donald Trump Jr. becoming president and fighting the Terminator. So that was their last album. I mean, TDS is real with these people, but it doesn't really surprise me that Kyle Gass made the statement that he did. I mean, granted, he destroyed his own career with that one. I'm surprised that Jack Black got away with just apologizing, to be honest with you. Because if I would have been the agency, I would have said no, you both need to go. You're a liability now. Because we don't want to have that dirt associated with us anymore,
There's no reason why he couldn't have de-escalated it while on stage and just said something like, hey, this just happened. Let's move on. Just de-escalate it. Because, everybody in the crowd, I guess, was somebody was saying that half the people were kind of like, oh, that was funny. And a lot of people in the audience were like, ooh, yeah, that's probably,
I mean, if I would play devil's advocate on that, I don't agree with everything that, of course, that he's done. And unlike you guys were saying, he has made his political stance very evident. So there's that. I will say that I can imagine that, I mean, even though he's a trained actor and, improv is a gift that he seems to have and whatnot, personally, I can't imagine what is going through your mind and how to properly respond to something of that magnitude on stage in the moment. To apologize would really call attention to what was said and also throw your bandmate under the bus, right? So you're in this really awkward position where it's do I call out my friend for being a jackhole? Do I, what do you do? Now, maybe the thank you wasn't the best thing to respond with, but I kind of wonder if that was just the only thing that could come to his brain was because I agree, with Zombie Box Reviews, that could have been that's blindsiding you with something so heavy. So it's we know what the proper response to that is in a normal setting. But when you've got thousands of people watching you, there's a lot of energy in the air, and then all of a sudden there's this static. And you have to, as a performer, figure out how can I just breeze past this and let the show go on without drawing attention to it. I'm wondering if that was kind of his mindset where it's oh, crap. People say, well, he laughed and he said, thank you. I mean, sometimes people do that when they're nervous. They just want to breeze past it. It's not necessarily they condone what has happened. It's more of like, let's just get past that. And so I kind of wonder if that's where maybe that was coming from. The problem I find in this situation is that he, along with his band members, but I'm assuming like he's the leader, he's the one that creates the atmosphere, is that there must never have been a conversation backstage about what is and what is not appropriate on stage, and that he has allowed and created an atmosphere of comfort, like of being comfortable enough to say something so stupid and inconsiderate on the platform. So that's that's to me is the bigger problem, is that your bandmates did not know that saying something so heinous would not be approved of, as grown men, by the way. And so that's where I'm wondering if, like, I mean, because I would wonder if it's like, again, from Hollywood, you know that there is a do and do not list of things to talk about. And
yes, there is.
Especially with like Democrats, like you're not allowed. I say Democrats, but with all of them. But like as far as if you're on the left side, typically, if you have any inkling towards conservatism or Republican, you're not allowed to talk about it because you will be blacklisted, as we have all seen in the tabloids from many folk. And so I'm just wondering if like I don't know. I never would think in my lifetime, like if I was out and about, that I'd ever have to talk to my friends or my colleagues and be like, hey, by the way, when we go on stage, let's not joke about the death of people.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm just kind of wondering if he tried to breeze past that. Now, as far as his response and the time that it took, I kind of wonder if they were going to hope it would blow over. And then there usually is a team of people, your representatives and stuff like that, that are like, how do we manage this? How much damage control do we actually have to initiate? And then when the backlash started coming, it's like, okay, we need you to release a statement. Now, like you guys were saying, he didn't technically apologize, but the fact that he canceled his tour, I do think is pretty big.
It's an admission of guilt in a sense, isn't it?
I think that is a very responsible thing to do. I mean, I don't necessarily think that it's the thing you have to do. Like if he would have initiated the apology and then kept touring, but probably the damage control department was like, we can't risk the money, because it always comes down to money, that nobody's going to show up for these concerts. And we spend all this money trying to get people to do it. So the better choice is to cancel it to make it look like an apology versus actually apologize.
I think if
ticket sales must have actually gone down.
That's what I'm saying. They couldn't risk the money and looking like a failure. So it's better to save face than to risk the loss of money.
Well, not only that, didn't a senator in Australia did say like, hey, like these guys need to be out of here, because like you're also not only that, you're encouraging that in your country of origin here in the United States where they're both from. And if they're in that country where they're visiting, doing a tour, what makes you think they're going to bring that type of mindset in their country? That's still a threat.
Yeah. I can't believe that now it's probably going to have to be the staple where it's like, they're going to have these meetings behind the scenes before they go out on stage, being like, guys, if somebody gets assassinated, we don't talk about it. Like, this is just, you're an entertainer. This is stupid.
It's common sense.
I feel like that should be common sense.
Common sense. You should just know better to not say anything. Like, I know a lot of like Nancy Pelosi and all these people were putting up their, well, we're glad that he's okay. But even those people put out a statement. Like, they could have just not said anything, maybe, or for whatever reason. But if you're choosing to say something consciously in a negative way, it's just like, really, like, what's wrong with you? Like,
and then the problem is that these are like, we get mad at the younger generation for being degenerates. These are the adults.
Yep.
Right, Jack Black and his crew, they're not young bucks, okay? They're the adults. They're the adults.
Is Jack Black really an adult, though?
No, he's not.
Physically.
He's an adult pretender, but that's like the
why-
biggest
Yeah.
compliment
I
I can give him.
loved him so much. Like, even when he started really endorsing Biden, I didn't care because I was like, okay, that's his right to
Right.
vote however he wants to vote. I was
Yeah.
okay with that. Still love him, still gonna watch his movies, but then this happened and I was like, I don't know about you anymore.
That's why I was so surprised, because it's like, yeah, he's made very clear like who he allies himself with politically,
Yeah.
but it, at least from what I've seen, it's never been like, we hate the other side of the political spectrum.
Right.
It's more just been like, I endorse
Biden,
so and
yeah.
so, and that's who I'm gonna go with, and that's whose campaign I'm gonna follow. And it's like, that's perfectly fine. I don't care, which way you go politically, but
Yeah.
when you start just like attacking the other side, that's when I'm
It goes
thinking,
too far.
yeah,
Mhm.
it definitely goes too far.
No,
So
and then
I
it's
was
even-
surprised.
And then it's even more disrespectful because there was actually somebody who lost their life because of this.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's disrespectful in that
Imagine-
sense. And then it's also disrespectful in the sense that if this had happened, can you imagine what our country would be going through right now?
Yeah.
That is so disrespectful to be like, oh, this is so funny. When we came so close to everything being a super mess in this country and they can't even have any respect for that.
A loss of life.
It's
And
bananas
imagine-
to me.
Imagine that would have been one of his family members having that happening to him.
Mm.
He
Well,
wouldn't be
nobody ever
making jokes
thinks
about
like that.
either.
Nobody ever thinks like that. They've let their hatred build so much that everything is just laughable. Like
Mhm.
it's just there's no decency.
Everything's laughable until it happens to them
To you.
personally.
Mhm.
It's
Exactly.
very much that mindset of it could never happen to me, and so I don't care, or I'll just laugh at it.
Which is a form of pride, and
Mhm.
it's just a biblical principle that when you get lifted up with so much pride, you better watch out because you're about to take a tumble.
Mhm.
And nobody's going to be there to catch you because you
Nope.
basically have
Nobody.
laughed at so many people and stepped on so many people along the way. Nobody's going to be there for you. You, as they say, you dug this hole, or how's it? You made this bed, you sleep in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. The other one is like you keep digging that hole, you get out of it somehow.
Yeah. And then speaking of lack of basic human decency, another person who couldn't just be quiet about it.
Oh,
I don't know. There's been quite a few.
there's been a lot of people.
There's been a lot.
talking.
There's
You bring Joy Reid on this show. I'm riot. I'm leaving.
I don't know which one you're talking about. I'm
Mark
trying to.
Hamill. I'm talking about Mark Hamill.
Oh,
no,
oh,
come
yeah.
on.
Look, she forgot. She didn't invite him either.
Oh, here it is. I found it. Well,
Look, another Star Wars segue.
I wouldn't want Mark Hamill to be
Love
on
this.
it with us, man. Like, I'd be like, hey, you're a good voice
Yeah,
actor,
I-
but you're a terrible
wanna-
person.
I want to ask him how his granddaughter's doing.
Yeah. Yes.
No, seriously.
But yeah, but this guy to go as far as like, oh, for once I'm with him. Okay, Mark. Like,
It's just basically this is childishness because everybody pretty much on the right, if you will, makes fun of Biden for sleeping. And so to me, I don't take this too deeply because it's like this is such a childish attempt to mimic and mirror what a lot of Republican memes are talking about. And it's like you can't, like, you know how they say like the Democrats can't meme.
no.
Like, that's literally what this is. It's like they're
Like-
literally just copying, pasting.
Or
Reverse.
at
There's
the-
so much left out of context on purpose
Yeah.
to try
Or
to make
at
that
the-
meme.
or at the very least, at least he knows the line that he can't cross. So
Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna make fun of him, but it's gonna be something, they can't really say anything to me about. So he picked something like this. Because I think he put two of them up, right? He put his the other one where they showed Trump with the bandage, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, a bandage."
He was the
that-
first one to make fun of that as well.
Yeah,
He
he's
was the
like a
first one.
bandage that he didn't need up until today, right? And it's like, well, what?
Yeah, I was
bleeding
like- I
doesn't
had-
necessarily
Yeah,
stop after
that's-
one day, right?
I
But-
actually had to look through the comments to figure out why he said that, and I think I figured it out. But it's another one of those, he doesn't understand context. He does zero research to figure out like why a picture or a short video. So
He's a
for
low
those who
information
don't,
voter.
for those who don't know, there were people like right after the shooting, there were people posting videos of Trump going golfing.
Yeah.
But those were older videos. So, but people were assuming, oh, he just got shot and now he's going golfing, but there's no bandage on his ear. Why is that? So I think Mark Hamill saw those videos and was wondering, how come there is no bandage on there, but there is now? But those were older videos.
Plus, if it's the video that I think that you're thinking about, it's the wrong ear. They showed him from the left, not from the right. So,
well, the other thing is too, I was thinking, because I didn't do my research on the golf, and I'm like, you know what, a man got shot at. I think he deserves to be on the golf course for a couple of hours.
Yeah, he does.
If he's well enough, go for it.
And I'm also thinking, it's like my thought process was like, okay, if he, because I didn't know, I didn't keep up honestly whether he did or did not go golfing. I heard whispers in the wind, but I was like, it's possible. Like, does anybody ever think about the fact that maybe his ear opened up again and they didn't want it bleeding everywhere? And you know, the ear is a hard thing to bandage discreetly. And so that was my thought. Like I said, I didn't know whether he did or did not go golfing, but I'm like, if he did, good for him. And then if he showed up, nobody wants to be walking out onto the stage in his $1 million suit with blood potentially pouring down the side of his head. That would be that would be awful.
It's probably also a cosmetic thing. I mean, I don't think they're going to want to be taking pictures and having this shown to the public. So I think on one end, Trump is probably like, yeah, let's cover up my ear. I'm pretty sure at one point he's going to get it, fixed.
Right.
Because
I don't think so. I think if I read that there was a piece that was missing, and I think that when it heals up, he's going to leave it be, because that is a scar. Like, I got shot.
But until then, I'm pretty sure it's, they don't want it to be a topic of.
Well, we got
sure of everything for now.
We got two medical people here, Dr. DJ Smu. Like, what's the process of, like, if you were to be able to treat that yourself, if he were to come into your facility of care, like, how do you stop the bleeding? How do you bandage it? That's a good question, Tabitha. Like, I got shot in the ear.
Well, you have to recognize that a lot of places on the body are actually more vascular than the other, and your ear is one of them. So that's why you saw a lot of blood all over his face, and it looked probably, I mean, I'm not gonna say that it wasn't really, really bad that happened, but there was a lot of blood that was coming out. And that's just what happens, like, whenever it happens on your hands, on anywhere on your face, your eyelids, especially toes, things like that. It's very vascular. So any little nick or anything, you're going to bleed profusely. So first of all, I mean, there's not much you can do other than just put pressure on it, right? Wait until it stops bleeding. They probably dressed it with something underneath to kind of keep it a little bit moist so it doesn't dry out and stick to the bandage that he's got on there. I can't really tell what else they have on there. It just looks like they're just covering the whole thing, but probably keeping its shape. So I'm pretty sure they might be using like some kind of, we used to use them in the hospital. I don't know if you guys had them, but for the babies, whenever they had IVs, it's like a little cardboard type thing that we would put on them so they wouldn't bend their arms. So I don't know if they took something like that and kind of shaped it and bandaged it.
See, and that would make sense why it's such an, if you will, such an obnoxious dressing as well, because if like because if they have to stabilize it in the back, you need more support around it. Because again, its ears are so flimsy, there's not much to them, and so there might be a lot more behind this bandage besides just some gauze.
And probably some stitches. A couple of stitches.
Can you imagine being the person and be like, I found the tip of Trump's ear?
Oh my God.
That's going to show up on eBay in the next like
3 days. Oh no. Jeremy's going to buy
it. There's going to be replicas of the tip of Trump's ear.
Listen, fellow Americans, I'm not selling my earlobe on eBay, okay?
Starting at $500,000.
Oh my God. Are you kidding? That's going to start off at like 45 million.
I know. Oh my God. If Jeremy didn't find it.
Like that. I already bid on it.
Oh my God.
To piggyback on what Lily was saying about the room. Jesus Christ. To piggyback what Lily was saying about the wound, I probably would have dressed the wound a little bit with like a bit of cream to keep the moisture going, and also put some steri strips or like stitching on it, and then make sure that there's a lot of pressure applied to it. And there's also like bandages you can apply to your ear now that goes around the earlobe as well, and the whole entire cochlea. So you can actually put something like that around the ear.
And there's also what actually looks like super glue. We also use that a lot now too to close up smaller wounds too. So if this was a smaller surface area, they could totally use that and keep it clean, because I'm pretty sure you don't want it to get infected or anything like that. But yeah, I think the bandage is more not really to keep it from bleeding or anything, because it's really hard to like pressurize a bandage on the ear because it is just moving around everywhere. So I think it pretty much is just to kind of cover it and not let everybody see what it looks like right now while it's healing. And then you just never know. Like, you know how you guys are always talking about like the con crud and how all of that stuff. They're at this big event where there's people that are going to be coughing, sneezing all over the place. You kind of want to keep it clean right now. You don't want all of that going into an open.
I've got his stream going on my phone. Just
you ask him, Dr. Rachel.
Honestly, when you brought that up with the ear, I thought you actually got the bullet strafing against his cheek, and that's where the blood came from. I thought that was like just an extra injury that happened when he was being shot at, and not just the ear.
Yeah, no, I think it probably like the trajectory that it was going. That's probably what kind of, or when he was like
very lucky though.
Yeah.
Now the other thing is too, and I've seen both sides. You know, of course, you know, people saying that it was an attempted assassination. You know, got some of his ear taken out and all this kind of stuff. And I have also seen the flip side. Now, I am a Trump supporter. I'm also a realist in many ways, as on top of being a dreamer, but I wouldn't doubt that the bandage might be a little bit exaggerated for theatrical purposes. We are talking about Donald J. Trump here.
There's smaller bandages you could have used, for sure.
This is what's gonna... Okay, Donald Trump is a Gemini. I'm a Gemini.
Calling out the zodiac. Now it's real science. Forget all the crap that Smu and Lily talked about earlier. We're getting to the real sciences here. Tell us about the Geminis, Lily.
I'm like, we are Geminis. I'm pretty sure you guys have known me long enough to know that I'm very dramatic as well.
Gemini.
I'm like super dramatic. What did I do for my birthday, Tabitha? You were here. Instead of wearing a
tiara,
I was like, I'm gonna wear a whole crown. It's my birthday.
That's right.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure, like Smu said, a couple of steri strips, a little tiny bandage to go over it would have been just fine.
Because it looks like a majority of his ear was still there when that picture was taken.
He's like, no. I want everyone to know.
And I don't blame him necessarily for that. I mean, either way, like I'm no physician. I have no idea what all has happened. We don't know if maybe there's a bit of his head that kind of got attached with that too. We don't know all the ins and outs of what's happening. But I'm okay with a little drama. Why not? You know, is it ridiculous nonsense? I think that if we would be too there we go. I think if we'd be too cautious to not call it out for ridiculousness, then that would make us just as bad as the other side. Like, let's call it out for what it is. It's like, it's a little much.
Yeah, it is kind of much, isn't it? So, I don't know.
But
I mean, you could have gone with that, but
it would have messed with his hair.
It would have messed with
it. Yeah, it would have messed with it.
We can't. The hair is an icon. It's a national treasure at this point. We can't.
Mm-hmm.
You can't mess with the hair and you can't mess with the tan. So
no matter how much we wish he would. Although he looks better this time around.
See what you want about Trump. He's very eager to not have any bacteria or anything coming into his body. He's a germaphobe, that guy. So he's making damn sure that he's not going to get anything going on his ear.
Well, and he can't risk it.
He's hilarious. Oh my gosh. When I saw him walking in and saw the big old gigantic bandage, I was like, of course he did.
See, and you know what? If we can't...
Post-it note on his ear, honestly. The first time I saw it, I was like,
If we can't call out our own party for ridiculous nonsense, then like
Especially,
I said, we're
like-
no better than the
Very
other side.
true.
Especially
better
like
than
the people that are wearing it too. Like, come on, you guys. They already say that we're in a cult. Don't give them more ammunition to keep saying that we
Yeah,
are.
that was too much. That was too
Right?
much.
I
Come on.
I don't know. I kind of as cringe as redneck as it is. I kind of like it. Like it's just like why not? Could you imagine going to a monster truck rally and all these MAGA Republicans got little pillows on their ears? I'm here for it. I love it.
Tabitha, the day that I meet you, I expect you to have your little pillow on your right ear. I will wear
Okay.
mine.
Next time
Okay,
I'm just
would
looking
it be
at the
too cringe
post-it note
if I
on my
didn't
ear.
if I didn't want to do the Band-Aid? What about like bullet casing earrings?
Oh my
How
god.
would that
No,
go
but it's
over?
got it. So, but
know
Dr.
what? That's a
Rachel,
good
it's
idea.
got to be like a helix earring though. It
I
can't
have
be
one up
right-
here.
Okay,
on
see, it
this
can't be
ear.
dangled. It's got to be a bullet in the top part of the ear.
I
I'll
will
wear
get one
too.
fashioned just
Dr.
to do
Rachel,
that
why
on our
aren't we
next
making
meetup.
this a thing? Like now's the time. If people are wearing
Yeah.
freaking little pillows on their ears, you know that they would buy bullet casing earrings, helix.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
just craft them and sell them.
All right,
Easy
Tabitha,
money.
you and I were getting on this franchise right now.
Why are we
Guys,
doing this?
Sell little pillow earrings. Hello.
They're gonna say
Whoa!
MAGA.
But see,
on
but
them.
again, it's got to be a helix. It's only one earring.
A little
It's only one
bandage.
earring.
Sell
then
the
I'll-
bandage earrings. That's less cringe, I
Bandage
think.
to go. Bandage to go.
I have the tops of both of mine pierced.
Oh,
One
okay.
more on the side. The other one is the industrial bar.
There you go.
I mean,
Oh,
considering
and
what other
So
stuff
you
people
get it
stick
there.
into that, yeah, that's probably the least cringe thing you can do.
Oh my gosh. And then Dr. Rachel, I don't think you were here before. Tabitha said she was gonna wrap her.
Oh, no.
My headphones.
Okay.
I was halfway
that
tempted. I was
must
halfway tempted to show up on stream like
See,
that.
guys, like one of those. And this is where I'm gonna wear it as like a little barrette in my hair. I'm gonna turn it into a little barrette.
We need to do
Please
that.
do.
Oh my gosh, I need to go to the store and get fabric. Okay.
I am on it.
Yes.
I think I know what my project tomorrow is going to be.
Everybody
Oh,
just
no.
show up next week with the little barrette.
Oh, why are
I have to work tomorrow, but the store I work at is pretty close to a craft store, so I'm just gonna have to go
Ooh.
there after
Well,
work
hello,
tomorrow, pick up
Dr.
some things.
Dr. Rachel's our crafter.
I
She should
know.
make us custom Dames and Dorks.
the MAGA Republican pillow hairpins?
I
Totally.
guarantee that if we actually do that and be that cringe, you're gonna make money if you start making them, Dr. Rachel.
It
You gotta
would
make them
sell.
now, though. You gotta make
It would
them
sell
now.
for the
You gotta
next like
catch in on
month.
it now.
Yeah, it would sell for the next like month, and then
Guys,
nobody would buy
I
them
know what
again
I'm
until
wearing
election
voting day.
Yes, let's wear little pillows.
We're gonna wear our pillows.
I'm not telling anyone who I'm voting for, but there'll be signs.
Yes, it's the little pillow.
I
But then
might,
like just walk in super serious like he does.
I feel it in my soul that this is what I'm gonna do.
I was like, I'll do it. I'll
Good.
100% do it.
Post it on
Sorry.
Twitter. Like I'm like
This is our
Nomi said,
destiny.
I'm not allowed to say who I'm voting for, but there will be
That way.
There'll be signs.
that would be amazing. We could start
There
a
you go,
movement. Could you
Smu.
imagine on voting day all these people like the news, all these people showing up with bandages on their ears?
I'll use a fake
Yeah.
name. My fake name will be Eileen Dovar, and then I'll be like, yeah, I'm voting for, it's probably this future going forward.
So who are you voting for? I think it's pretty obvious, don't you think?
Oh my god.
No idea. Sorry, what'd you say? My ears covered up. I can't tell.
Well, and here we are
Sorry, I
with
couldn't hear you over the
Can
sound
hear
of my
you.
ear.
Jeremy being like, guys, don't do this. This is too far. And we're like, yeah, let's make it a voting day thing.
Let's
Do
make
you
it
know
accessory.
why? Do you know why? Because we're freaking Americans, and
Yes.
that's what we
Yeah.
do. We take anything and everything and amplify it to its
Yes.
extreme and absurd point and make it fun.
Guys,
What do you
every
think
4th of
Europeans make
July,
fun of you?
my ear is gonna be bandaged.
You know what? In the next 2 days, I'm just going to show up with a bandage on my ear for on the stream as well, just for the sake of it.
Just wait. People are gonna turn this into another symbol of freedom in America.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
And wear a shirt that says "fight." Exactly. We are all about the excess.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we
Yep.
are.
This is why other people in other countries can't stand us, is we're obnoxious about our freedom.
We are.
I think you're less obnoxious than Europeans, to be honest.
I agree with that too, but it's a different kind of obnoxiousness.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of.
Yes,
There's a
yeah.
loftiness in Europe, whereas in America, it's extremism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
are
that's-
loud
that's-
and proud
that's
about
what-
everything
what-
that
what-
we
what-
do. Europeans are more traditional.
Yeah.
Yes.
We like to take our traditions like every 10 years and amp them up. Like,
Yeah.
You gotta improve them.
Maria, nice to see you. Oh my gosh.
I see Dr. Rachel browsing Amazon already for supplies.
Checking out my next cosplay. The average US voter cosplay.
Oh
No.
my gosh.
I'll do it. I will do it. I will
I-
make a little pillows and I'll put like our little names on it, like Lily, Rachel, Smu, Tabitha, like
just a little drop of red on the pillow.
Don't tempt me, Nomi. Don't tempt me. I would wear it on the flight as well if I could. Like, just
My gosh.
wear it on my ear.
Yeah.
Are you okay, sir? I think my ear might be bad. It's okay.
No, I'm on I'm just, taking a little rest here. And this pillow is so convenient to lay my head against the bus over here.
The lines on
sure.
voting day are just so long. You got to take a rest.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure like Smu can relate. I'm sure he already has all the materials to actually make a bandage, because I know I have so many tapes and so many bandages I brought home from the hospital.
Same. Yeah.
I have a box of supplies.
Unintentional brought home supplies, I call them.
There, I
That's
tagged
what
So
all
they
of
are.
you on
if there's
Twitter.
ever a zombie apocalypse, I'm ready.
I'm well prepared. I'm well prepared.
Hold on, you just tagged us on Twitter. Oh, you never wear ear bandages.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Who
Yes.
tagged us?
Let me
It's
bookmark
Tabitha.
that tweet. Let me
Where is
bookmark that tweet because I'm going to print that one just for the sake of it. But yeah.
We should make little pillows and stand outside our voting areas and be like, it's dangerous to go alone. Take one.
Take this.
I love that. Let's guys.
Pass out, like, pillows, like the Japanese
be a
social
shirt.
security.
Tabitha's tweet.
Yeah.
Like, just make tissues that look like pillows and just hand them out to people.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take
Somebody needs to tag Jeremy.
Oh heck yes! Wait, hang on. You know what? I'm on it. I'm on it. Hang on.
I need to make a shirt design that has it on
Do
there.
it.
Guys, we have way topic.
There's way too much.
But
And
no.
of course, Tabitha and I turn it into like a crafting idea, brainstorm.
You guys
Tabitha.
film
For
it.
your-
Up on
for your-
channel.
I was gonna say, Tabitha, for your next art party, it's gonna be making pillows.
Making
Ear
pillows.
pillows.
I'm gonna paint
Making-
pillows.
I didn't even have a sewing machine.
I
Jeez.
actually do. I have 2 sewing machines actually.
Oh, I hate sewing.
I
You do?
love sewing.
I can
Okay.
sew.
I know how to
Yeah.
sew. I hate sewing.
My mom knows how to do it, and she taught me a little bit. So
Okay, I'll make pillows for all of
hand
us.
stitching. I prefer hand
Hmm.
stitching to machine sewing.
Same,
Me too.
Dr. Rachel.
Me too.
Rachel.
Me too.
same.
Rachel.
Rachel.
okay.
Oh,
Rachel.
I found little pillow graphics.
Oh yes.
Oh God.
It really needs to be a bandage, right? It's not really a pillow.
Yeah, it's not really cool. It's a little.
Speaking of, it's going to be related to something we're going to watch in a bit. Have you seen the Xbox controller for Deadpool?
Oh my god. Yes,
Oh my-
I did see it. Oh my god. I think
I was like, I thought that was an AI ad, but when I found out it was actually real, I was like, no way.
I want it.
Let's have a look.
There it is.
Where is
hang
it?
on.
I'd like to see it.
Oh, Tabitha, you're in for it. I wouldn't say for a treat, but you're in for a sight of sore eyes for you.
Yeah, there's a trailer. There's a trailer playing beneath that tweet as well, so you can actually get the full detail of it. Right below, there's a trailer for it.
I want it.
This is a
Oh, I
legit
like it.
controller. This is real.
Okay, but if it's not squishy, then what's the point? I want to be able to like get my fingers behind it and like.
And now this is just making me realize how much of a missed opportunity they had for Captain America's ass controllers.
Yes.
Yes.
They had it. It's right
American
there.
Hello. Yeah, exactly.
No, it's a missed opportunity that it's not squishable.
Mm-hmm.
If we're gonna be pinching Ryan,
Oh,
Reynolds'
Trump is
butt-
on. Trump is on.
Is he on? Oh,
Larry Knight in the chat. He says Trump is on.
On.
I don't
He's
know where
literally
my
up
mute
clapping.
is. Well,
Let
don't
me
forget
see. Let me see.
Are they?
I don't
Just...
know.
No. He's not on stage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's the
Nothing.
pillow. Look how perfect it is. By the
False
way, guys,
alarm.
Nomi has
Oh,
forgotten to
it's
tell
Hulk
some of our.
Hogan.
Oh, Hulk Hogan.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Wait, Lily. I mean, Tabitha. What were you saying? I forgot what. What did I forget this time?
For some of our new people in the chat, if once
The new
President Trump gets up on the stage, we're having a brief intermission.
That is very
Yeah.
true. So that's why we were doing like,
Absolutely.
oh my God, it's happening now. We are going to take an intermission when Trump comes on stage, and we will be back when he's here. But we're going to look at the new trailer that we are going to watch about Deadpool because we can't get enough about his Ryan Reynolds butt. So might as well just see it in a trailer.
Hey, good butt
There you
should be
go.
appreciated.
Hey, good. Nobody knows. Everybody knows.
I believe it's 10 days so I can actually see it.
She's got a dog pull.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Al, I'm back. About damn time. You holding? I'm all out of devil's dandruff and I'm shaking like an angry vibrator.
Thank you, Al. We have company.
Alicia.
That's worrying.
You're damn straight it is. Disney brought him back. They're going to make him do this till he's 90.
To be fair, they would.
Gosh. From the French. It's meant to mimic the natural highlights of the sun.
It's a toupee.
It's a hair system.
I love your hair system, Wade.
Thank you.
Hair system.
That hair
there's-
looks horrible on him, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's more.
There's more.
Am I putting your mask back on? Super hard to eat while I'm wearing it. It's super hard to eat when you're not. Whoa. I'm normally all in on the legal and moral opaqueness of subliminal advertising, but not when it messes with my trailer. Got it? That's worse than subliminal. Okay, that's just personally insulting. No, you do it. And there it is. Someone's getting sued so hard.
Yep.
I love Ryan Reynolds. I just love his humor and everything.
Just the general humor around Deadpool, I love it. That's why it's doing so well, and why it's going to continue to do so well.
Can't
I
wait to
hope
watch
it really is good because, like, I don't know. I wasn't really too excited about it because I guess they waited a little bit too long, and I was like, I don't know, but I'm putting my trust in Ryan Reynolds because he loves this character so much. Hopefully, he actually justified this movie, and I mean Hugh Jackman. That's gonna be fun too.
I feel like that Ryan Reynolds, like, this is very much a baby and that he's not going to Disneyfy it, or at least to the extent that he possibly can. Because it does kind of look like they're going to introduce maybe the multiverse in it. I don't know, that mid-spiral thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm guessing they kind of have to with all the nonsense that's been going on. But if you do it tastefully, or if it's, it could be one of those movies where it's like they save that bit for the end of it. So we love the whole entire movie and then it ends with that little bit of crap. But it's okay because the rest of the movie was great. I haven't seen the first one. So
technically they want to make Deadpool the MCU Messiah, so he's kind of rebooting things in the in the background. So I'm kind of curious about that. And also the new trailer was hinting at a lady Deadpool with blonde hair. So I'm kind of curious about.
They have Dogpool. So I'm pretty sure that's why they are introducing like their little multiverse, because there were like different versions of Deadpool, and everybody's wondering like who it's gonna be, if it's gonna be Taylor Swift or his wife Blake Lively. My money's on Blake
Lively.
I think it's Blake Lively.
Yeah.
I can see it being Blake Lively.
Because she and like her and Ryan are always going back and forth at each other, like at everything, where they're always just making fun of each other, like in super funny, cute ways. And I think this would be perfect for her to be in here, like showing off her humor too. So I hope it's Blake Lively.
I hope so.
I hope so too. And I mean, let's be honest, this is probably the only MCU movie that's going to make a lot of money despite how horrible it's going to be, just because it's Deadpool. If it's good, then word of mouth will spread even faster, and it's going to be probably the summer blockbuster movie. But we just have to wait and see. When the first early impressions come in, we will probably have an indication of whether or not people will like it or not. I mean, some people will eat it up regardless because it's Deadpool, but they make exceptions for him. But we just have to wait and see. I didn't necessarily like the second one. I'm probably in the minority there. But
no, that wasn't my favorite either. I'm with you on that
and
one.
If you guys have seen Once Upon a Deadpool, which is technically the PG-13 version of that movie, then you know what could have happened if Ryan Reynolds didn't get his will with the R-rated cut. Because if you would have made Deadpool PG-13, my God, that would have been horrendous.
Well, if they would have made it PG-13, I would have watched it. But I'm the minority.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds brought back Fred Savage or whatever the guy from Princess Bride was called, just for the gag of reading the plot of Deadpool 2 to him in his bed.
That's cool.
For the Once Upon a Deadpool. So it's still kind of funny to look at that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just wait and see. I'm going to watch it in about a week or two. So I'm kind of curious about that.
It comes out in 2 weeks, right?
The 27th, I think.
Yes, on the 26th or 27th. I've got tickets for Saturday, I think, or Friday. I'm not too sure. Because some people from the fellowship in Germany actually asked me if I want to watch it with them. So I was like, yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Let us know, Smu, because I want to know how it is, if it's worth it.
Oh, you will hear you will hear about it, because I probably won't shut up about
You'll hear 6 Ways to Sunday.
I actually do want to see it, Lily. So if you want to go, I'm totally down to see it.
Because I want to find out if it's like Blake Lively or
Taylor Swift.
So yeah, definitely. You just let me know.
No, we will. And another thing that I'm actually kind of, we will. Smu will let you know. But one thing that I kind of do want to,
because you're saying you want to go see it.
Stop.
Look at me know like when. That's what I'm saying.
What?
That for you to let me know when. Oh my god.
Oh, when? Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Yes. Well, I'm totally down to see it premiere day. I'm trying to bring something else up that I'm excited to see as well, but you know.
Yes. Oh yeah.
When you're all driving carpool and banging your Pilates instructors to fill the empty voids in your life, we'll see who gets the last laugh.
I'm cautiously optimistic about that one.
My mom grew up here.
I have a little bit of
Like a ghost house? Is your mom Lydia Dietz?
Unfortunately.
She's a legend.
The living, the dead. Can they coexist?
Now's my chance.
Ghosts aren't real. Only gullible people believe that kind of crap.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I need you to help me save my daughter. But how do I know that you're going to keep your word?
I swear on my dead mother's soul. Days. Bob, you and the boys stand guard. Nobody gets through. Let's go, honey.
Recognize this post.
Never seen that chick before in my life. Or afterlife.
Yes. Are we doing this?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I'm needed upstairs. Bob, hold down the fort. Spill your guts. Who wants to go first? All right, I will. See, I'm willing to do the work.
Spread after like it's so random.
Good thing from my dream. Really more nightmare material.
Confronting the unknown, conquering your fears. There's nothing harder.
What the Thank you all for coming to this special occasion, but right now with like a little privacy.
I love that the fact that all the special effects seem to be stuck in the 90s as well.
Yeah,
It's like the same-
cool though.
That's pretty cool.
It does look
looking
super
forward to it.
cool. I like everything that they're doing with it, except trailers really need to stop showing so much. I feel like this one shows a
Yeah.
lot going on too. And two, hopefully this doesn't turn into Wednesday 2.0 because that little first scene gave me that feeling that she's just playing Wednesday again.
Yes.
And I'm
I
like,
really hope she doesn't get typecast as that kind of character because it feels like she
Oh,
will
you
be.
will.
hopefully
Yeah.
she'll like make this performance a little bit different to the point where you're not like, oh, she's just playing like a college version of Wednesday. It's
Mm-hmm.
that's my only little thing, but I like everything else that they're doing. Like freaking Monica Bellucci, how old is she? And she's still
Dude, she is
She looks-
freaking hot, and I'm
Wow.
not ashamed to say so.
so beautiful. Yes. I was like, what? I'm gonna go watch it for Monica.
I literally
She's
have no
59.
interest in Beetlejuice because I didn't understand the first movie, and so I do not understand this movie. But I'm like, I saw Monica Bellucci, and I'm like,
She's 59.
I will go watch. I will go
Goodness.
watch it.
Wow.
Now, to be fair, I mean, they must have caked on the makeup, and they made her white and everything like that as well. When I say made her white, like the white helps bleach things out. But I mean, because she has aged significantly, but gracefully at the same time, at least with Hollywood makeup. But she looks hot.
Yeah, I saw that she was gonna be part of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, she looks like she hasn't like aged a freaking day. What is she doing? Being
What is she drinking? Because I'll have 6 of them.
being unproblematic. That's what she's doing. She's not
Being
on Twitter.
unproblematic.
Yep.
You know, I saw something on Instagram where this young person was going on the streets of New York, I believe it was, asking older people what it was that made them live so long or what was their secret and whatever like that. And there was this one lady who was 65, but she didn't look 65. She looked much younger than that. And one of the things that she said was, of course, what do you, like a lot of them, what you put in your body, but she said also what you read. She's like, is a big part of being and staying younger because whatever, she's like, it's just like what you eat, whatever you feed your mind is going to affect you. And she's like, and if you're constantly reading negative things and if you're constantly reading stressful things, she's like, it will age you faster. So not being controversial will definitely help with that process, I would think.
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever heard of anything really negative.
I agree with that statement, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, thank
Aw.
No, thank you.
I agree with that.
No.
I agree with that.
I think it's just her secret
Even
is
though
that
I'm
she
a lady.
didn't. Yeah, stop. I think
know
her
you're
secret
beautiful.
is that she didn't eat enough fast food in her life, and that's okay. I
That's a
cannot.
big part of the secret.
I know.
That's
But like,
Because go, Lily.
no, sorry, I was just gonna say that. But the sets and everything looks super cool. I'm excited
Yes.
to watch the. They got the same vibe, and like I just love that Lydia's back. She's one of my favorite characters ever because she's spooky. But yeah, hopefully they don't mess this up. Like, please don't mess up another thing in my childhood. Like,
I am working on a Beetlejuice chibi, and it came out,
I
and
saw that.
Lydia was part of it. Lydia was super easy. She just came out really great. And then Beetlejuice, I'm like, oh, freaking heck, I messed up his eyes, so I'm going to have to figure out how to fix that.
yes, I love them. It's because in the movie, I don't know if you guys ever watched the cartoon, but in the cartoon, they're actually like friends.
Right. That's kind of the vibe that I went with
Yes,
with my
yes,
PBs.
And that's what I like better. I think when I got old enough to actually understand the movie, I think my brother, my sister would put it on, so I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's Beetlejuice. But like I didn't understand the story until I got older and watched it, and I was like, what? But they're like friends in the cartoon. What happened?
Like I still don't understand the story. Like I said, I don't get it. Somebody's tried to explain it to me, and I'm like, I don't understand.
Because in
Like
the
who is?
cartoon, they were
No,
so cute.
no comprende.
They went on their little adventures with Jacques the skeleton. And like,
Well, it was just also because I'm like, when I watched the first Beetlejuice, I'm like, who is this show focusing on? Is it focusing on Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin, or is it focusing on Beetlejuice himself? Is it focusing on Catherine O'Hara? Is it focusing on Winona Ryder? It's the Alkalite all over again. What is our focus?
Oh my gosh, Tabitha.
No, don't make that comparison.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, don't make that comparison.
It's just
We're
as
gonna,
confusing
we're gonna
for
kick
me.
you out of the Little Pillow Club. Just kidding.
Dang it.
Wish.
The My Little Pillow Club.
My Little Pillow Club.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
So, it sounds like a YouTube name waiting to happen on a podcast.
Yeah.
My Little Pillow Club. There you go.
Oh my god, that's
Oh my gosh, but yeah, I really wanted to see it because like Lily said, that plot is so good. Not the plot, but like the details to the movie looks great. Like hardly any to little CGI anything, because like the cake that was in the movie, like one of the scenes is like, oh, it actually looked like it's an actual prop versus a green screen.
Yeah, Tim Burton actually wanted to do something more with practical effects again, because he said that Hollywood is relying too much on CGI. And I agree.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
I very much agree.
Yeah, I think that's probably why like it captured the same vibe too, because they're kind of going for the same look in the first one, and obviously the first one was not made like recently. And like Tim Burton's really good about that though. I think he does more practical sets than a lot of CGI, so I trust him with the way it's gonna look, at least.
Well, he also did a good job in Wednesday too. So, but that was a lot of CGI stuff. But for an actual film, he's going to put a lot of effort into making it look great and honor what was made years ago versus, you know, what can be easily be done right now. But one thing that I also am looking forward to that just came out not that long ago is Dune Prophecy.
Dude, I am dying over this one.
I saw your reaction on that.
Serve the great houses and shape the flow of power. You must first exert power over yourself.
The more influence our sisterhood gains, the more enemies we make.
There was a time when you took my views seriously, instead of allowing the sorceresses to woo you.
The sisterhood, they hide in your camp and do our thinking for us.
Our hands are poised on the levers of power, and yet our grasp on it is still fragile. I am trying to protect the Imperium.
I mean, it looks well cast from what I can see, so I'm curious.
Sacrifices must be made.
November, huh? Okay, cool.
I am looking forward to this. Like, you guys have no idea.
I just looked over at the panel and your smile was so big, Lily. You're like, yeah.
I didn't know that Travis Fimmel was going to be in this TV show, and I loved him so much on Vikings. So now I need like all
he was good. Yeah.
energy that he brings into this. I know it's going to be awesome. I honestly have no idea what his character is going to be. I haven't had a chance to kind of look up to see what's going on, but I think I'd kind of rather be surprised. But the rest of it looks like it's going to be really good. I like the idea that they're telling us about how the Bene Gesserit, started doing their thing up to the point where we get to, I guess, present day with Paul and all that stuff. That's cool. And then, of course, it's going to be on Max. So I wasn't expecting that either. That I guess there's going to be mature content on there.
Yeah.
And the only bad thing is that I hope that it doesn't turn into Game of Thrones. I don't need to see
HBO, but like pretty much everything HBO makes has the shock value stuff in there or adult content. So that's why it's like HBO makes top-notch quality shows, but for me personally, it's like I can never watch them unless I watch it with a filter just because of personal preferences, because they always got to throw in somebody's boob somewhere. So or other things. And I'm like, I don't need to see that. That does not further the show. You can argue 6 days to Sunday. I don't care. It does not further the show to be having people making babies on screen. Okay. I don't need to see that. I just want the show. But that's just
and then it really is unnecessary most of the time. Like, I know Dr. Rachel's been watching House of the Dragon, right? Like I think I was in so much shock when they actually had that scene with Aemond and Aegon when they were looking for him. And things were shown that you do not need to see. Like, we know that they're traveling to a brothel. We don't need to see all of these things. Like, camera angles, edits. We don't.
Yeah, somebody displayed that for me, and I say displayed that, but like with hands reenacted such a scene, and I'm like, I was trying to tell him, like, I understand what you are saying. There is no reason to put hand puppets involved. Like, I don't need to, especially as a lady. I don't need somebody else telling me at the dinner table what is happening. You can just say that there was explicit sexual scenes. You could even go so far as to name the scene if you feel so inclined. But I am like, you don't need to. I don't need to see. There is a reason why I told you to stop, and there's a reason why I don't watch this. I am aware of how the world works. This is why I pick and choose what I watch. You don't need to reenact the scene for me.
No, you really.
I mean, I'll be honest.
Don't.
Go ahead.
I mean, we were. I know most. I think all of us watched Doom Part 2, right? I mean, they had that scene where they cut and like Chani and Paul did their thing. Would it have added anything to the story to actually show the entire scene?
No, you get the gist of. You understand? They're making babies. We got it. We don't. That's it. It's all good. You know.
You have to trust your audience knows what's going on, and when you do, there's a lot of things you don't have to show. That way, you can focus showing other important parts of story or character development.
And that had been something that I enjoyed about House of the Dragon, because season 1, I think they only had like maybe 1 or 2 episodes where they showed scenes like that, but it wasn't super explicit like it was in season 2, and that took me out of it because I was like, whoa, like, okay, I didn't need to see all that.
Like, they're just pushing the envelope more and more, and it's like, at one point, do we just call it out and be like, this is easy access porn?
Yeah,
it's just.
I'll be honest. The only scene that made me really uncomfortable when I first started watching House of the Dragon was that birth scene when they got a bit too detailed with it. I was like, yeah, okay, you can cut away from that now. But I'm by no means like prude or anything like that. But they didn't have to show like the whole thing, you know. But
yeah,
I just like it's okay,
my God,
you know.
Something happened at RNC that I kind of want to show you guys.
Is it Hulk Hogan?
I'm not gonna lie, I watched his tweets while you guys had one of the trailers going, and I was like, oh, there he is,
brother.
But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero?
There we go.
Is he gonna rip it?
We're back.
That's right, come on.
He's got 2 shirts on.
Doing it.
Doing it.
Gonna rip it? Hell yeah. Let's go.
Was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
Yes!
Let's go.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I was hoping he would do that. I was like, he has to do it, you guys. He has to.
I was hoping it was a different shirt. I was hoping it was the shirt
yellow
that like everybody made of when he was actually shot, and like that
Oh
screenshot.
yeah.
Oh, maybe
of him like
maybe
saying
they
fight.
had to be careful what they show.
Oh, because then it's on national
Maybe.
television. Yeah.
Mhm.
But if I would have more respect for it if it was the yellow shirt and it said Trumpomania.
Oh yeah.
To
be fair, he's still wearing a Trump shirt, so I mean,
I'm
Hulk
like,
Hogan
I'm not mad. That was cool. He knows his fan base too. He's like, this is what they're gonna expect of me. Like, he's not gonna come out in like a full like suit trying to be what he's not. This is Hulk freaking Hogan, you guys. Oh my gosh, that was so exciting.
Trump or Trump Daddy. Call me for marketing ideas. I'm chock full of them.
Lily, check your inbox. I am by no means the best graphic designer, but just for a laugh, check your Twitter.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, I'm so excited. No wonder like my phone's going off right now and it's my brother and he's all, that was so cool. And I'm like, what happened? I'm like, I can't watch it right now. So yay, at least we got to watch a little bit of it.
Yes. Well, let's see. Well, we kind of went through a lot of our topics, and then we got like 15 minutes till the show. We can wrap it up so we can see our. I wouldn't go that far. I was going to say our Lord and Savior, but I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, that's the problem with America at the moment.
Yeah,
it's
that
like,
is.
we have to be careful because it's like Trump is great. We like him. We hope he succeeds, but it's like that's where Jesus is like, be careful where you cross that line because when you put that man in idle position, I'm gonna, I'll take him away just as quick as I put him up there. So I'm like,
yeah.
Yes, we cannot. We love him. We do love him, but we cannot. Yeah,
we have to thank God for the man. Like, not forget who's in charge there. Yeah, Nomi. Gosh.
That's why I stopped.
There's been enough discourse, Nomi, about this.
That's why I stopped.
No, Lily, check your Twitter box. Check your Twitter inbox. I don't think she hears me. She's not listening to me.
Tabitha wants you to check your Twitter, Lily.
Me or Nomi?
I said Lily. Is my accent that bad that Nomi and Lily sound the same?
To be fair, I did hear that too.
Lily.
Right?
You heard Lily or Nomi, Smu?
Nomi.
Oh my
No,
I heard Nomi.
I heard Lily.
Tabitha, that's hilarious. I love it.
I'm the resident dork. What can I say?
That's okay. That's okay. That Tabitha doesn't want to share the rest with class.
I don't know where to share it to. They're gonna send it to Lily.
You can share it to me because I can also bring it up on screen.
Smu, you're the one that's good at the imitation. Say this is gonna be you.
Trumpomania is going to be huge. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be the bestest thing ever.
You guys, it's because this is
don't want to miss it.
This is why so many people just love the man because he's so memeable. Like,
because he doesn't care.
Micro gestures that he does with his hands all the time.
Oh my gosh, Tabitha!
It's gonna be huge.
I love it. Hold it. Guys, this is gonna be huge.
This is gonna be
huge.
They just go low. Take one.
Oh my god.
Well played.
This is like first year graphic design, high school, college, but it gets the point across.
I'll take 10 posters. I'll take 10.
You could sell that on Etsy right now, Tabitha.
I should.
I should get that printed and just hand it to the border officer whenever I fly to the US next. It's just gonna hand it to him like, yeah.
Because people are like, is it gauze or is it a cracker? What is that?
Yeah,
it's a
it's
cracker.
because he's created a brand. He branded himself with all of these things that are easy to associate with him. A lot of people right now, if you were to show them that, you didn't put anywhere that it's like Trump related or anything. Guarantee people will know.
It happens in the streets all the time.
That's why that's hilarious, going to the voting and being like, check out my new accessory.
I do. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, you're asking where I got it? Oh, she's limited edition, guys.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh my gosh. I know that's so funny.
Really?
That, like, so many people are like, guys, this is cringe, don't do it. And we're like planning a whole thing.
I would do it.
Tabitha, do it! Oh my god!
That's
what?
marketing
Wear the
goal right
gauze to
there.
the voting day?
Somebody's asking for a Trump chibi
Risk
with
it.
the gauze.
I was thinking about something like that, and I need to get on that. I need to get cracking. What am I doing tomorrow?
That would be so cute.
Put the pillow project on the side. You need to make some Trump chibis.
We need some Trump chibis.
I need to I need to start collecting your stickers so I can put them all over my laptop.
Yes.
Well, I mean, they are available.
I know. That's why I said I'm gonna start collecting.
I would like to shout out myself that in a way is that the stickers that you may see online are the ones that either were given away or sold separately, like as little freebie sort of things. That the ones at the Etsy shop are bigger and don't come with the QR code. So just throwing that out there. The other ones are basically like business cards essentially, but like you get a free sticker with your free sticker.
Oh my gosh, guys, the pillow thing, it needs to happen.
Yes. Why is it already available? Oh no, here we go.
With Melania. She's so beautiful too. I like Melania.
She'd be more beautiful with a pillow ear though.
Did you see the comment?
Yes.
What is how life lives lives. Trump campaign slogan: Friends, Americans, countrymen, let me know.
Let me be the pillow for your ears, fellow Americans. Melania, where's your pillow? I told you we wanted to do the partner look.
Now, no, what I need to do is a silhouette, a sideways silhouette with the ear, and have that underneath of it. Friends, Americans, let me your
ears. Oh my!
Yep.
I'm
Make
telling
America's
you,
ears
you need
rest
to have
again.
little berets too, because like Melania needs a little beret with the bandage.
That's it. Tomorrow, I'm going to my nearest craft store, and I'm just gonna make like little ceramic, little cutie things, like pillow with a face on it, but like put it on my ear. I should make earrings,
right? And then Dr. Rachel's gonna make a helix earring with a bullet.
Yep.
Yep. It's gonna be great.
And then one day when we all meet each other, we're gonna tell a full story.
What's that about
my
the pillow when you
experience.
did that?
We're each gonna have something that's in like each stage, and we're just gonna stand there, and then you just have to read us left to right to tell the story.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I love it.
Yes.
I love
Everyone brought their. This has been a really fun stream.
No, I love it that it's just like been laid back and chilled. Like,
Listen, I embrace the idea with the pillow, but take it easy.
the jokes, the memes today was amazing. Tonight was a good one. Despite
You're
little
welcome.
technical difficulties, Tabitha, thank you so much for gracing us tonight.
Thank you.
Yes. No, we really do love having you here with Dames and Dorks and just chatting and going off on so many things here. But we are going to be coming to a close here because Trump will be speaking relatively soon. So might as well give the girls and Smu some time off so they can collect themselves, get their popcorn, be inspired, fight as how Trump Daddy has said it.
Start
We
making
gotta, yes, that too.
Pillow fight.
Yeah, let's go.
Pillow fight in
Pillow
F5.
fight, yes. Let's go on that.
I'm going to announce that July 4th is going to be Pillow Fight Day.
Make Gauze great again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great again.
MAGA, make Gauze great again. MAGA, yeah. Oh, for a little love. But oh my gosh, guys, this was a fun stream. We are going to end it here, but before we take off, Tabitha, is there anything coming up on your end?
Yes, there is. I hopefully will have a vlog coming out on Monday on my channel, Dreaming Tabitha. But also next week Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be having another art party where I have a bunch of artists from around the world. Quite literally, a lot of times, coming together to create some on-the-fly characters. And I will go ahead. I've already let some of my artists that I've invited, haven't gotten all through of them, but I have let some of the artists know what we're already going to be doing, sort of. The theme will be femme fatales. So it's going to be super great because I'm going to have Project Eggroll on the channel, and he is pretty good with the femme. So if you've caught some of the previous episodes, he's pretty good with the femme. But the lovely Dr. Rachel is going to grace us with her presence, and so it's going to be as well.
I'm kind of bummed out I'm missing out on that one actually because that would have been perfect for me.
Not that you're not special, of course, but I had to kind of go through a list of different people. Like I try to rotate And so,
Yeah, that's fine.
but I did have somebody who said they couldn't make it, so I was going to be reaching out to you.
I might make it, but we'll see. But
Right.
it
Oh,
should be
wow.
So, I mean, that's okay. I don't have to send you an invite. I can just say it on screen and then be like, sorry. But
good. Sorry. Screw you out of here. Go.
So, but that's what I have coming up. And then, of course, I do tend to game. Now that I'm back home, finally, from travel, I will be gaming as well. Off and on.
Oh, yay. Yay. Can't wait for your video. Dr. Rachel, do you have anything coming up?
Well, like Tabitha said, I will be joining the art stream next week, and I'm looking forward to it. No idea exactly what we're gonna draw because it's always random, always fun, always a good hoot, and yeah, trying to figure out what are we gonna talk about. With all the craziness that's been going on, I feel like topics are gonna be all over the place, but it's gonna be a great time. I love doing these art streams. Meanwhile, I will have a video coming out next week about the dragon egg I've been making. You can see it on the table behind me. Actually, I'll show it because the last 5 or 6 days, it's just been constantly raining here. So I haven't had a chance to actually go out and start spray painting it yet. But I finally got the opportunity earlier today. So here we go. Here's the egg. So
Good.
Nice and light. It's all ready to go, primed and ready for painting. She'll probably be working on this weekend. So look out for that video on my channel, Out of Line Crafting. Maybe probably Tuesday or Wednesday, I hope.
Okay.
Cool. But yeah, that'll be fun.
So cool. That's gonna look so awesome.
Dude, can't wait. Dr. Lily, what do you got going on?
Basically just find me over there on Twitter if you're not already following me and all the mess I've been causing for the past couple of weeks. Sorry, not sorry. And then, of course, make sure that you guys are watching us every Thursday. Next week, we're not going to be trying to rush out of here anymore. Sorry, but we all want to watch President Trump's speech. And then, of course, Wednesdays, Midnight Touch Espanol, we're trying to do live streams. So make sure that you guys are just following me. And then I did put up a stream that I was on last night as well. So if you guys want to go check that out. I love streaming with them. I actually it's super fun, super nerds, Star Wars nerds. I love it. Discussions are so fun. So yeah, make sure you guys watch that as well. And that's it.
Oh, okay, cool. Dr. DJ Smu, what do you got going on?
I finally have a long weekend for myself, so I'm actually going to use that to my advantage and stream a little bit more. I'm going to be on FNT tomorrow, moderating the chat, of course. I'm going to be on Samuel, the infamous channel for Abyssal Musings. So that's going to be good. And yeah, you'll probably catch me on random streams over the weekend. Who knows who's going to be? Some surprises, some not so much surprises. But yeah, Sunday is also for Final Fantasy 14 day. Tombi is finally back from his vacation from touching grass or something like that. So you'll probably see me play him a bit more with him over the weekend. So it's going to be good. Who knows? We shall see. Other than that, well, just follow me on Twitter at DJ Smu, where I'm going to be posting some random memes, drawings, or other crap posts that I can find, and just sharing some random music that I'm listening to. Yeah, and I'm also preparing a Smu Goes to America mixtape on Spotify. I'm going to post out the link soon, so everybody who's following me on Spotify can add music to it. That's going to be good. And Nomi's gone.
No, I don't know what.
Nomi.
Nope.
Come on.
My camera
I guess we're gonna end the show the way that we started.
So Tabitha, I think you might have to take us out this time.
Bring us in and take us out.
Give us our outro so you can save us more money.
Well, thank you everybody
Running
for
on a budget,
hanging out
okay.
with Dames and Dorks plus Smu. We
Yes.
enjoy your company as always. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out. You won't be disappointed. I'm good for bringing back some more amazing episodes every Thursday around the same time because I forgot what time it starts. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for me, I believe it is. And you'll catch amazing guests every week and some hot topics. I'm always here for Lily's hot take and always here for Dr. Rachel's rationale. And Nomi does other things. But thank you so much for joining us. Let's get ready for the Trump speech. Am I right? And get your pillows for voting.
Let's get out of here.
Pillows for voting.
Pillows.
Trump fans.
Go away now.
Or
Woo, let's go. Trump Millos. All right, everybody, have a good night. Fight the good fight. Good night. Woo.